week 7 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I've looked to add this week. The first guy, Tyus Jones of the Memphis Grizzlies. So Jones, he's been getting more playing time lately, and a lot of fantasy owners over the last week have added him in 18% of fantasy leagues. So on the season, 6.2 points a game, 2.1 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 51% from the field. So Jones here, he's getting more playing time the last few games here for this Memphis Grizzly team. And this is what you want to see from him. He's getting production, and he's getting the job done now after last couple games not doing much, but playing well. Once again, November 18th at Minnesota, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, 3 threes, 55% from the field. November 22nd in Utah, only 11 minutes in that game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And November 24th versus the Raptors, no points again, but 5 assists and a steal. On November 26th versus the Atlanta Hawks, 10 points, a three-pointer, 2 assists, a block, and 66% from the field. So right here, he's going to give you assists. He's going to hit almost a 3 a game here. And he's going to be a guy that gets a steal a game, about 2, is Tyus Jones. But right now, I know he had that one bad game or 2 here where he didn't do much. But right here, the minutes are going to go up for him. He's playing 15, 20 minutes a game. And fantasy owners have noticed it as well. So I think Tyus Jones is a decent pickup this week. But if the next few games, the minutes are down again, then you just drop him and see what happens after that. The next guard is Malik Monk of the Los Angeles Lakers. So Malik Monk, it's been a good pickup this offseason here for the Lakers. And they need that three-point shooting to spread the floor for their big guys. So right here, Malik Monk on the season, 9.7 points a game, 2.6 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 1.6 threes a game, and 45% from the field. So he's having a good season here, is Monk. And he's playing about 30 minutes a game, especially lately here for this Laker team, with a few guys in and out of the lineup and load management and stuff like that. So the last few games from November 23rd at the Knicks, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block, a 3, 35% from the field. November 24th at the Pacers, 17 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 3 threes, 54% from the field. And then in a triple overtime loss, November 26th versus the Kings, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 4 threes, and a whopping 72% from the field. So right here, the Lakers, they need that other scorer in the lineup. Besides, obviously, LeBron, Westbrook, or Davis, and Malik Monk, he's been doing that this season here. He's getting more playing time. He's hitting about a 3 or 2 a game as well for this Laker roster, and they believe in him right here. Now, Monk, we've seen throughout his career with Charlotte, him get hot at times and then him disappear, but this season he seems a little more consistent with the Lakers. And right now, he's available in 88% of fantasy leagues, and I definitely would give him an ad this week. The next guard I looked at this week's a former Laker as well, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope of the Washington Wizards. So Pope here and his teammate Montrezl Harrell, they've had a pretty good season over there in Washington. So on the season for Pope, 10.8 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.4 steals, 2 threes a game, and 42% from the field, which obviously isn't great. But right here, Pope, the last few games, he's picked things up and put in big ball games together. November 24th at the Pelicans, 9 points, 3 rebounds, a steal, 2 threes, 40% from the field. November 26th at the Thunder, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 4 threes, 61% from the field. And November 27th at the Dallas Mavericks, 16 points, 6 boards, an assist, a steal, a block, 55% from the field. So he's scoring the basketball well. This Wizard team, they've been pretty decent this season. He's available as well in 75% of fantasy leagues. And if you need some three-point shooting, scoring, and rebounding, Caldwell-Pope definitely can help fantasy owners in these categories. And right now, he's on a hot streak and definitely an ad this week. The next guard's Patty Mills of the Brooklyn Nets. So right here, Patty Mills, he's been up and down this season, but the last few weeks here, he's been a big pickup for fantasy owners, and they've added him in 19% of fantasy leagues. But right now, he's still available in 51% of leagues. So right here, he's been a great fill-in for Kyrie Irving, and we've heard nothing about Irving. So in my opinion, he'll probably be out most of the season, or all of the season, is Irving. So on the season here for Patty Mills, 12.3 points a game, 1.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a whopping 3.2 threes a game, and 46% from the field. But the last couple weeks, these numbers have went way up. 18.4 points a game, 1.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 5.1 threes a game, and 57% from the field. So he's on a crazy hot streak. I know it's going to calm down a little, but in the last 3 out of 5 games, he had 20 or more points scored in those games. November 19th versus Orlando, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 4 threes, 69% from the field. November 22nd at the Cavs, 17 points, a rebound, 3 assists, 5 threes, 60% from the field. November 24th at the Celtics, 23 points, a rebound, 2 assists, 7 threes, 66% from the field. And then November 27th versus Phoenix, 9 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 3 threes, 42% from the field. So right here, I know he's on a crazy hot streak, shooting over his head a little with those high percentages. But this is a guy that's going to get a lot of time in this lineup with the Nets, 30, 35 minutes a game easily. And that's what he's been playing this season. So right here, he's a good pickup in my opinion. The Nets need that other scoring punch besides Durant and Harden. And Patty Mills is giving that right now to the Nets. And fantasy owners should definitely get him if he's still out there in their leagues. And the 5th and final guard I've looked at this week's Chris Dartay of the Indiana Pacers. So the rookie here, it's been an up and down season so far for him in the first 6 weeks of the year. On the season though, 13.3 points a game, 4.3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.9 threes a game, and 41% from the field. So obviously he's got to improve that shooting percentage, but this is a guy that could score in bunches. He's a decent rebounder as well at the guard position. And the last few games here for Dartay, November 22nd at the Bulls, 9 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 27% from the field. November 24th versus the Lakers, 17 points, 3 boards, and assists, 3 threes, 38% from the field. And November 26th versus the Raptors, 12 points, 6 boards, and assists, a 3, and 35% from the field. So he's getting good playing time, 25, 30 minutes a game. And we saw early in the season when he was on fire, he was putting up 20-plus points a game here. So if you need 3-point shooting and some rebounding and scoring, Dartay's not a bad ad in my opinion. The only thing he's going to hurt you, obviously, in shooting percentage. But if you could give that up, he's a good ad in my opinion. And he's available right now in 68% of fantasy leagues. So that's a few guards I would add here for Week 7 of the fantasy basketball season.